All right, so our next set of activities is going to center around the three little pigs. We all know this story. We all know about the three pigs who tried to build their houses, and along came the big bad wolf, and he tried to huff and puff and blow their house down. Well, my favorite thing about this story is it teaches the classic lesson of there's always three sides to a story: his side, her side, and the truth. So, what we're going to do is we are actually going to read three different versions of this story. We're going to read one that is in the perspective of the three little pigs, which means it's told from their side. The next one is going to be told from the wolf's side, and it's going to, instead of the three little pigs, it's going to be the three little wolves. And the third one is going to again be told from the wolf's story, but instead of it being the whole story, he's kind of going to defend himself, and he's going to tell you that even though he did what he did, he wasn't wrong. So we're going to take all three of these books, we're going to listen to all three sides, and we're going to see if we can figure out, is somebody guilty? Is somebody not guilty? Did they mean to blow the houses down? Should they have built them better? Should they have thought of different things? And then we're going to do a building activity following this. And also I'm going to give you a great idea for a snack you can also build. You can also make. So without further ado, here comes our first version. And this book is actually on my Kindle, so it's going to take a little bit of finesse to be able to hold my tablet up to the screen. So just bear with me while I do this. My other two stories, I do have actual books, so it'll be easier, but I definitely wanted to read this version too. So we are going to read The Three Little Pigs, retold by award-winning author Patricia Seibert and illustrated by Horatio Alena. So if I hold it up close like that, you guys should be able to see it. So how I'll do this is I will read it, and then because the light, I guess it reflects off the screen, and then I'll hold it up so you guys can see the pictures. All right, so The Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, there were three little pigs. They were curious little pigs and eager to learn more about the big wide world. One bright summer morning, they packed their bags and they set off together. The three little pigs enjoyed being out on their own. On many a sunny day, they shared a picnic with all their new friends, and sometimes they played hide and seek all morning, and then they took a nap in the shade during the hot afternoon. The long summer days grew shorter, and many of the pigs' friends started to prepare for the colder days ahead. The little pigs realized that they needed a house that would be warm and safe, just like the one they had left. I have an idea, said one of the pigs. We can each build our own house, and then we can have fun visiting each other. The first pig was excited. I want to build my house as fast as I can, he thought, and he grabbed the first thing he saw, some straw from a nearby field, and he set to work. And here we go, the first pig building his house out of straw. He did not spend much time planning his new straw house, and instead he started building right away. After a short time, the house was finished, and the pig wiped his brow with satisfaction. But the other two pigs had doubts about the house made of straw. Maybe it's not strong enough, one of them said. The second little pig thought, what can I use that will be better than straw? He gathered up the strongest, straightest sticks he could find. He lashed some of the sticks together and built a frame, and then he tied the sticks to the frame to make walls. All right, so we got the second pig building his house out of sticks. Finally, the second little pig wiped his brow with satisfaction. A job well done, he thought. Meanwhile, the third pig remarked, it's very nice, but I still don't think it's strong enough. So the third little pig searched everywhere. What can I find that will be better than sticks and better than straw? He wondered. He came across a tumble-down building, and there were old bricks all around. He decided they would be just right for his house. All right, so we got the third pig finding his bricks. The third little pig set to work. Brick by brick, his house took shape. It took a long time, but the pig finished his sturdy house. He wiped his brow, quite satisfied with his handiwork. The two other little pigs shook their heads. They were not sure this one little house was worth all this hard work. After each pig had built his own little house, they had time to play. One day when they were having fun, they happened across some wolf tracks. When the pigs saw that the wolf had been nearby, they all ran home and they locked up their houses tight. Get those big wolf tracks. Soon enough, the wolf appeared at the door of the first little pig's house. The straw house shone golden in the sun. Little pig, let me come in," said the wolf, grinning his big wolf grin. "No," cried the pig, "not by the hair on my chinny chin chin." "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in," shouted the wolf, and with an enormous breath, the wolf blew down the house of straw. The first pig ran to the second pig's house. Right after they had closed and locked the door, the wolf appeared again. Little pigs, let me come in," said the wolf. "No," cried the pigs, "not by the hair on our chinny chin chins." "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in," he shouted, and with a tremendous breath, the wolf blew down the house of sticks. The two little pigs ran as fast as they could to the brick house. All three little pigs watched from the window as the wolf approached. Little pigs, he said, "let me come in," he demanded the wolf. By now, he was feeling pretty sure of himself. "No," shouted all the pigs together, "not by the hair of our chinny chin chins." "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in," shouted the wolf. But even with a stupendous breath, the wolf could not blow down the house of bricks. The wolf slumped, exhausted, outside the little brick house. After resting a bit, the wolf came up with a new plan. The three little pigs guessed what he might do, so they lit a blazing fire in the fireplace. And just as the pigs had guessed, the wolf climbed down the chimney. Before he could reach the bottom, his tail caught fire. The wolf could not pull himself up and out of the chimney fast enough. He raced away in a panic. The three little pigs stood arm in arm in front of the sturdy brick house as they watched the wolf disappear into the distance. From that day forward, he was never seen again, and the pigs lived happily ever after. The end. So what'd you think of that story? Pretty good. Some of them put a lot of work into their houses and some of them not so much. So there were different results. Two houses didn't do so well. It didn't stand up to the wolf's huffing and puffing. But the third one was pretty good. It was pretty strong because he really sat down and he really planned his work and he really thought about what he was doing rather than just slapping something together. So that's why I always tell you guys, take your time, relax, think what you're doing, think about every step and take your time because no one's ever rushing you. We want you to do things in your own time and to be, creative and to have time to be creative. So I have two more versions of this story. This next one coming up is going to be the Three Little Wolves and the Big Bad Pig. So it's the same story, just the other way around. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so we'll be right back.